Welcome, people. We're back. We're back. We're live. We're live at the. We're live at Influence Hour. Hope you guys are doing great. And today's welcome, people. We're back. Second. We're back. We're live. We're live at the. We're live. Anyway, either way, that was me listening to me. But this is Influence Hour. I'm your host, Kinyo, and the episode today is called Peace. Oh wait, that's not going to be sustainable. I got to find out where that's at and close that down. We're gonna have some fun, people. We're gonna have some fun. So yeah, I'm your host, Kinyo. Check me out at www.kinyo.org. You can also find me at www.projectforward.tv. You can check out Go Live with Kinyo at golivewithkinyo.projectforward.tv. My website, you can find all things me. You can find my products, which go get some Kinyo products, okay? Get some Kinyo products, their vibes. Get some Kinyo products ASAP at www.kinyo.org. I got face masks. I got disposable face masks. Now I sell gummy bears, you guys. Haribos. Go get your Haribos from me. They're at cost. So go check them out. Literally. If you buy Haribos gummy bears and you're not buying them from me, I'm looking at how weird it is. My hand is going in and out. Anyway, if you buy gummy bears and you're not going to buy them from me, I'm upset because I'm leading on price, okay? Get your gummy bears from Kinyo. Do that. Get it from www.kinyo.org. Do it, okay? Get that stuff. Anyway, welcome to Influence Hour. Peace. That's the name of the episode. I'm going to have a really awesome guest today. His name is Clones3k on Instagram, on TikTok. That's how you find him. Look up Clones3k. And the name of the episode is Peace. And for me, when I think about peace, I'm like, yo, what prevents people from being at peace? What keeps, and it's funny because I'm like, really to be at peace, you need to be satisfied with your peace. That's what I want to make this episode about. Satisfied with your peace. And who do I want to take down? I want to take down anyone who's promoting consumerism. Anything that's pushing you in your life to spend money. Don't spend the money. Save the money. I know you're thinking, oh, but our economy needs consumption. No, it doesn't. It needs growth. And for us to grow, we need to, instead of spending a lot, we need them to focus. Focus your energies instead of spending. Focus them on, I think my buddy's in here. I don't see him. I don't see him. I'm going to send the link. Send the link again. Instead of rampant consumerism in society, what we need is contentment. What we need is to be content. But anyway, my guest, he's trying to jump in, but he's like, hey, you sent me a link to jump in and I can't jump in. But anyway, why am I at peace right now? That's part of peace. That's part of peace. But I am gonna send Clones the right I'm gonna send him the right link. Meeting ID. Let's see if I got the right link in there. Anyway, if you're watching this right now, I want you to know that you can be joining in live with us. Okay? You can be joining in live with your people. Okay? You could be on this stream right now. You could. Just like I just sent the link out to Clones, all you have to do is go to the Go Live with Kinyo page. I'm gonna see if I sent, even though I don't need to be doing this live, I'm interested enough that I want to see, hey, did I have the original right link in there? No, I did not. How did that not get updated? So if you're trying to join from the page now, you can't even do that. That's lame. You know, but anyway, stuff like that's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Boom. Just fixed it. Oh, that's so weird. You know, I thought it was my fault. But it actually looks like, oh no. Yeah, I had the right link in there. I had the right one in there the whole time. But it wasn't working for some reason, so let's see. Anyway, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing well, and that my making you wait isn't taking too much of your time. But truthfully, if you're watching live, then you're like, hey, bonus content, get to hang out with the Kinster. And then if you're not watching live, then yeah, still super easy for you. Okay, boom, 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 boom. I see my guy. I see my guy. Let's jump in. Let's jump in. I didn't do my monologue, but we're gonna jump straight in with the homie Clones. Let's have some fun. Whoa! I see you use the thumbnail. Can't hear you yet. Can't hear. Oh, but you're jumping in, connecting. Anyway, peace, man. So I'm gonna talk with Clones a little bit about peace. I have some ideas, you know, as he's a poet. Oh, boom! Let's get you in video. Oh my God, it's the guy Clones. What's up? TikTok celebrity.
How you doing, Kinyo? Hopefully,
Having a lot of
Hope you're good.
fun. You're having fun on TikTok.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, just a little creative fun.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while, my guy. How's it going?
I'm all right. You know, just adjusting to life in the bubble, as they say.
Okay. Okay. How is that adjustment going?
Um, it's fine for me, I guess, because I'm so used to being just kind of like a hermit. I guess. I mean, I literally work and come home anyways. You know, I pay rent for for my spot, so I'm not if I'm not at home, it's like what am I paying my rent for? So I'm usually a homebody anyway, so it's really been a breeze for me the past few months. But I do miss the shows.
Yeah. Speaking of shows, I know you've been doing a lot of poetry, but you're also a musician. Where do you want to go with your shows from here on out?
I was trying to be, or I was a little reprehensive of the like Zoom shows and things of that nature, but to be honest, I don't know how soon live shows are going to start happening again. So I might have to just break down and get to it, especially since I can do it in the comfort of my own home. The so I get until I guess a vaccine comes through or everybody finally just stays home. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah, no, I was the same way. I actually didn't go. I didn't do any live stuff for a long time, even though I was doing events. The transition was weird for me. I was like, I don't want to do live stuff, and I didn't want to do live stuff for a while, and then I just chilled on it, and then the moment came right, and I was like, you know what, I can start doing these interviews, the way that I want to do them, and that'll be my way of connecting because I'm kind of like you, like I can become a hermit very easily, and I can like not see people very easily, even though it seems
Right.
like, like I'm extroverted, like I can literally not connect with people. And I was like, yo, you need to do something because you're literally non-existent right now as far as like the way you're interacting with the world. So anyway, I was happy to get into it. I want to ask, like as a poet, even when there's shows going on, I feel like this episode is about peace. And I was talking for a little bit. Even though I was trying to figure out the Zoom stuff, but I was talking a little bit, and I was talking about how peace is really interesting to me. When I think about peace, what comes to my mind is contentment. And as an artist, it's very hard to find contentment. Much harder as a poet, because there isn't even really a legitimate place for you in society. No one's like, let's make a job for this poet. There aren't a whole bunch of poet in residence positions. There are positions, but even the ones that do exist, they're not dramatic, and even as a musician, it's almost like most people don't want you to succeed. If you do succeed, it's like this whole thing where it's like you have to deal with haters. And so it's like all the time there's this negative thing, but especially with poets, it's worse than negative because it's almost like apathetic, the way most people's relationship with poetry is, which makes it so hard to be sustainable. So outside of some of these, like a healthcare worker, they get paid. So they know that their life matters. They're able to do a lot of stuff. So how do you find relaxation in a world of artistic hustle where everything's always then getting to the next level? Everything's always like, oh, how can I, I find a lot of times people they want to be full-time. They almost don't consider their art legitimate sometimes until they feel like it might be getting them to full-time. We don't even consider musicians unless they're charting with thousands of hits. So amidst being in that universe, like how do you find contentment?
For me, I just fell in love with the art of it all, the craft. That is where I find my peace. That's where I express myself. That's where I go through my therapy, so to speak. So just loving the process of that and being able to explore it at any given moment is what keeps me content. Because yeah, I felt that way for the longest time, that if I'm not living off of my art, then I'm not an artist. But I've come to terms with the fact that you can still have a life, you can still have a job, you can still you know do other things that you need to do to feed yourself that isn't solely related to art.
Yeah, super awesome, super awesome. I might have to get you to do at least a snippet from a poem for us. But before we get into that, I want to ask you a couple questions. A couple questions bring up some stuff. Number one, growth. I'm thinking a lot about growth. I've been asking everyone this question. What are your main, if you could look at the last, year, 2 years, 3 years, what would you say your main points of growth have been over the past few years?
Just like artistically or just like personally.
Either way, whichever one, whatever you think is the biggest growth points. I mean, I think of you as an artist, so anything you say, I would kind of say is artistically because you use your life to pour into art. But either way,
um, for me, the past couple of years I started to fall back in love with um, cooking, just
wow,
working in restaurants. I got another job. I got a job as a cook in a just a chain restaurant, and I thought that's what I was missing because I used to love doing that. But then come to find out, I started getting bored, lackadaisical, not really focusing on being good or proficient at cooking, and then I found out that it was the setting of the restaurant. So then I actually went to a not a non-chain restaurant, just a family-owned business where they had an individual menu. They switched it up all the time. I was able to experiment and do whatever I wanted, play with flavors, play with taste, textures, everything, cooking styles, and that really opened my mind to all the different possibilities that go into, preparing a meal. So once the restaurants open back up and I'm actually able to get back into a restaurant, I now have like a new wealth of knowledge that I've gained through that avenue, plus my own individual research, because now I know what the problem was. It was it was being stagnant in that restaurant. So I actually grew. I was able to grow from that. So I would say that's the biggest one.
That's super duper awesome. I love that. One that I saw some on some of your TikToks. I saw the cooking, so I know that you're into that. But that's really cool to know. It makes me wonder what, as far as you think, what percentage of you is a chef? Like you're a poet, you're a musician. How much of you would you really say is a chef? Because I'm curious, is this gonna be, is this are we gonna see, maybe a Clones 3K food truck coming out? How big is this passion going for you? Because honestly, I think food, poetry is a little bit harder to quantify for a human being, how much money they want to spend on it. What's my appetite for poem? Unless you're in an upper class, so unless you want to start writing poetry for people who graduated from like NYU and stuff like that, if you're writing poetry for people who are regular, everyday San Antonio citizens, 99% of those people don't have a poetry budget. So it's not necessarily going to be a financial arbitrage. Whereas food, I'm seeing more and more, and even in my own life, I plan to, do more business in the food realm because there's a lot of business filling stomachs, and money isn't necessarily about, I almost think art should be distributed for free, and we should make money a way that we also like. You don't want to make money a way that makes you upset. So it's like, if you're blessed to like food, which is probably the most demanded single service in existence, that's pretty cool. I'm wondering how big of a deal that is for you.
I mean, yeah, you're right. It is a business that's booming. I mean, everybody has to eat, right?
Yeah.
So,
Give me a percentage
so
for you though. How much of a chef would you say you are as far as related to your other creative endeavors? How big of a deal is this for you?
it's a big part of my life. It's a big deal. Um, it's not just some, oh, I'm gonna get by doing this. No, like I have a passion for cooking. I've always had a passion for cooking since I was a youngin. Um, I would say around the same time as I got into poetry and music, and they're all creative. They all tap that same center of the brain.
Yeah.
So, but if I had to put a percentage on it, I would say maybe 45%
Wow.
chef.
Nice.
Yeah. And the food truck will be coming soon. I have recipes and I have ideas. It's gonna be coming. I can't say exactly when, but it is gonna come.
Nice. I almost think everyone should dabble into food trickery from time to time because I'm like, I just think that it's such a good way to make money, like, providing for other people. And we need more of these barter type ways of making money, and realizing, as artists, we need to have these components where, it's like the art is cool, it heals the people. And it'd be great if people understood that they need to invest in art. Just like you need to eat food, you need to feed, that part of you, you know. But until then, I think it's really cool. There's this whole thing about a village. Like, I really think that if you're providing the right services, you don't need to be famous. You need to be in a community, and that's it. And you can live your whole life. I don't think, as a human being, I don't think our brain can process the difference between having 5 million fans and having like 500 fans. I really don't think we can process that difference in a way that's useful for us as humans and useful for us as creatives. So that's super duper cool. What are you excited about as far as coming up when you think about sustainability and you think about ways in which you're going to make money and do business and grow your business and your financials? What are you excited trying that you're trying right now? Give me some insight into what you're doing, as far as I think everyone's an entrepreneur. So I just think, some people they balance, a job is a great entrepreneurial opportunity, even though people think jobs aren't. I think it's a great entrepreneurial opportunity because you're willing to sacrifice certain things, trade those, get these benefits, not have to do a bunch of stuff you're not specialized in, and you get to run this little thing. I think it makes a lot of sense. Either way, though, how do you think about that? What are you excited for? What are you worried about? Either one of those two things is kind of fascinating.
Uh, as, as far as excitement, I've been actually looking into stocks a lot more lately. I've been doing a lot of investing. You got married in certain. Yeah, yeah. I just to clear that up, I did. Yes, on the 13th. But
You got
as
married?
far as yes, sir.
What? Congratulations! Don't worry. I mean,
Appreciate it.
that is super duper awesome. Yeah. I know you're married too, because whoever said that, that is exactly what a wife would do. They're not going to let you just have a whole interview. Women, as wives, they're like cats. If they see you watching TV, they're going to walk slowly in front of the TV because the attention is there and they're rightfully taking the attention that they earned.
Exactly.
Congratulations, congratulations. That's such a big, beautiful deal. I don't even remember what question I asked you.
it was about growth, and I was talking about stocks.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been investing in stocks. I'm not, uh, I'm not like studying trades. I'm not like I just kind of look at the news and I see what's moving around and what's happening. When a certain celebrity or a certain person gets a certain endorsement deal, I invest, and then of course a bigger play usually happens afterwards. Like the whole Duncan play, they sponsored a TikTok star, so I invested and my money went up by 30%, and then they got bought out by Arby's, and then it really skyrocketed. So um, it's not like I'm definitely not saying I'm making thousands of dollars or anything. I'm just putting in small plays. It's kind of like do you know how 401ks work?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's essentially that, I'm putting money away into these stocks and I just let it ride. I forget about it, because that's what a 401k would do with your money anyways.
Yeah.
They take your money, they invest it, so instead of letting a company do that, I'm doing that. And I've already started seeing decent returns. I've been doing it, uh, I would say a little bit before quarantine started. So yeah, just stuff like that.
And yo, bro, you just probably inspired at least a few people I know, because that's a specific piece of information, and what you're doing there is not simple at all. You're doing market analytics, based off of your experience and your knowledge. That's super cool. Even if you read that in an article or whatever, how you figured out how to do that, that is super cool. And it makes so much freaking sense. And I'm seeing a lot of more people get into stocks, whether it's Cash App, Robinhood. So that is super duper awesome. I love that people don't let clones put you to shame. He just gave you the information right now. If you're wondering how to get some, and that is such a huge part of what it really means to be an entrepreneur. People say an entrepreneur is whether or not you have jobs and stuff like that. I don't think that matters at all. What matters to me in entrepreneurship is, do you have a strategy to not depend on someone else? When you go out of your way to build your own system for a 401k like that, that's exactly it. Like, I do that with every area of my life. Like, and I think that's what drives someone to be. That's why I think we're all entrepreneurs. I do that with as I'm building different things. I do it on small levels too. Like, before it's even necessary, I'll be like, you're your own tax agent. How are you going to set up your own taxes? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do hiring? I want my own HR department. I'm going to build it from scratch, even though I got zero point 0.2 employees. You know what I mean? So I love that kind of stuff. How do I usually round it out? I know I have one question that I end with. I also want you to give out your plugs, but yeah, I'm gonna go straight into that. I was gonna ask you to read a little bit of a poem, but I'm gonna disappoint my audience and say this is not a show for poetry. If you want to check out
Right.
poetry, go follow at Clones3k. Look through his YouTube. You got to deal with whatever art he's putting out. He puts out a lot of skits on TikTok. Check that out. Check out his food posts, which he also does. But where can they find you? Where do you want people to find you right now?
Yeah, right now, Instagram at Clones3k. Um, and I actually got a new TikTok because I got a new phone. So the info didn't come over, but yeah, I'm at Clones3k on TikTok also. No, it because Clones3k5. It's
Yeah,
at
I saw both of
Clones3k.
them today. Actually, I was actually gonna ask you what that was. So you just couldn't log into the other one?
Yeah, because I now have an Android, and with that, I logged into TikTok from Instagram, and for some reason, the Android isn't able to do it through Instagram. It could do it through Twitter and Facebook, but I didn't start my TikTok with either of those. I started with Instagram, so
Yeah,
um, because of they said it was because of an update. Instagram's going through some weird update, which everyone probably knows by now. All of the different changes that Instagram just went through, but
I'm
because of that, I can't. Yeah, I couldn't log in through there. So yeah, I was able to secure just at Clones3k. That's my new TikTok. I have that, and then I have, like I said, Instagram. Um, Basically, I've kind of locked down Clones3k almost anywhere you can think of.
that's how I do it.
Gmail, Yahoo, iCloud.
That's how I do it. Oh, nice. Snapchat at Clones3k.
Actually, do not have that anymore. I did, but wifey did not approve, so had to get rid of
Okay.
it.
No. Don't try. See, everyone tries to put it on the wifey. She didn't. It wasn't Snapchat she had
Hey,
a problem with. It was the way in which you were maneuvering Snapchat. Okay, you need to cut it out, clones. Okay, those days are over. Okay. Okay, that's super duper awesome. So, okay, I'm gonna finish it up with my last question. Before I get into that, I like to sum everything up. And we talked about the name of the episode was Peace. And, what I love about, what you're doing right now in your own life and what more people need to do is be a, not more people need to do what I need to be able to do more. I try not to generalize and act like I'm teaching someone and realize I'm on the journey and I'm trying to feed myself and get to new levels myself. And when I hear you talking, what you inspired out of me today and thinking about the topic of peace is, be continue in resilience, especially when it comes to figuring out how to, because a lot of people would say, you know what, I can't get the 401k. And, because of that, these people are privileged. They have 401ks, not realizing that this is 2020 and a 401k is basically just like a standardized um, portfolio of investment, and you can literally do that for yourself because it doesn't cost a bunch of money and a bunch of time to invest in stocks anymore. You can literally buy fractions of any stock you want. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse even thinking about a 401k when you have the tools available to you right now. All you have to do is like a little bit of planning and you can do a lot of these things for yourself. Even insurance, honestly. I'm like, you set up a nice little Cash App to Chime Bank thing. You might be able to set up some sort of savings. I just like being creative on that, not feeling like I need to get to this new level or this other thing or get what someone else has to feel my peace. Peace and contentment is all about your ability to stop depending on the infrastructures of yesterday. Anyway, so let's sum it up. Clones, give me your favorite product that you purchased in the last 24 hours.
the last 24 hours. Hmm. That's 24 hours. You know, Thanksgiving is is tomorrow, so I've been doing a lot of food shopping.
Yeah.
I guess the last 24 hours, I would say, my turkey bird. You know, I that's probably the best thing I've invested in. It's dry brining in the fridge right now. As soon as I'm done with you, I gotta start the process for the cornbread dressing. So
Yeah.
yeah, so definitely.
Made 3 pies tonight. We got some pecan, we got some apple, we got some sweet potato pies. All just came out of the oven. The brisket's done. The turkey's sitting in there marinated. I'm not really doing any of that. I touched the pies a little bit more, but other people are doing all the stuff. And we're doing that right now. We're having a little bit of a party, and so that's awesome. I love that. I'm sure the turkey industry is very happy to hear you say that because they've been struggling. People aren't doing the family Thanksgivings, unfortunately. With everything
Yeah,
on, but
been seeing a lot of people get like the single turkey breast, or they get the
yeah,
wings.
yeah,
So yeah, for sure.
depressing. It's depressing how many people can't cook. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's
Oh
depressing,
my
bro.
goodness.
That's the worst thing because that means that I realize a lot of people. Because I always used to wonder why are these fast food lines so packed at the end of the night? For a lot of people, that's the last hope. You miss that fast food line, you get home. What are you gonna do when you don't know what to do with anything? People are struggling out here, man. So
Seriously.
keep inspiring people with the food stuff. There might be a lot more for you to do in that genre, actually, because people need it. People need it. They struggling out here, man. Like even there's so many different things that trip me out. I'm like, yo, if you spend like $10 on some fast food, you could have eaten if you know how to cook a little bit, and you can go to HEB. Woo, for
Yeah.
$10. A lot of people they could be living the dream. They just don't know it. They could be eating steak and lobster every night, but they're eating cheeseburgers. It's funny to me. But
Yeah.
lobster be $4.97 sometimes. Sometimes $4.97 a pound. That is. I mean per tail. $4.97 per tail. But anyway, I got distracted. I was supposed to end it on the last question. So the product is the turkey, which makes sense because this is the day before Thanksgiving, pre-Thanksgiving show. And you know what? That actually signifies more to me about you and about this episode. Why it was perfect with peace. You know what I mean? Because like a meal is really this really big metaphor about community. This really small content, I should say, metaphor about community, and the fact that that's your number one product in the last 24 hours. That means that you're really focused on building that contentment for yourself and being able to. You're already an indoor person, but you're building your own version of contentment. And you also got married. A lot of people they need to get married. They need to stay inside their houses, but they got problems and they're taking it out in the world and they're running the streets.
For sure. That's not even a lie.
Right? For real. Thank you so much, Clones, for jumping in this episode. Thank you guys for watching so much. This is the end of Influence Hour. Once again, this episode was about a lot of things, but at the end, it was all about turkey. Thank you guys for watching. Clones, I know you're going to come back on another episode. We're early in it, but we're going to keep doing these. And also, I'm definitely going to hit you up and try to get you back on it. Not try, it's going to be easy. I'm trying to pretend like I'm already the Breakfast Club. It's going to be easy to get you back on another one. It's going to be
Yeah, anytime, anytime.
Thank you, sir. All right, man. See you later. See y'all later. Peace.
Later.